It is now time for me to come down from on high and share with you the 13 commandments of social media. Actually, I have many collaborators to thank. My 2013 MBA social media class coming up with the original 8 keys to social media success, and the subsequent classes that helped uncover the remaining 5 and turn it into this unique set of rules. Commandment number 1, thou shalt determine thy organization's goals for social media. You must start with your goals. Know what you want. We all know if you don't know where you're going, any road will get you there. Great quote from Lewis Carroll and George Harrison. I hope you know who both of those are. But really, you're not going to get anywhere if you don't have a goal. Why are you on social media? Don't be involved in a project, don't be involved in a consulting effort, and don't join within your organization a social media effort until that can be answered. Commandment 2, thou shalt note the target audience and community. Who are you seeking to reach? Without that knowledge, you don't know where you should be and what you should show and what you should share. So who is your audience and community? Who are you talking with? Is it worth setting up personas? It's worth thinking of 2 or 3 or 4 typical people you're reaching out to. Commandment 3, thou shalt know thy organization's culture and voice. This is one of the many things that makes it problematic that so many businesses rely on newly hired employees or even interns to handle much of their social media. It's very hard for those people to know what the voice of the organization is. But increasingly, what you do on social media will be your voice. So it behooves the organization to make sure that anybody handling the social media knows very well what that voice is. Number 4, thou shalt listen. If an organization does nothing else, absolutely nothing else on social media, it's important that they at least be there listening and hear what people are saying about them, their competitors, their products, and other products in the market. If you are in an organization that is afraid of social media, doesn't have time, make sure they make time to at least lurk and listen, find out what people are doing. Commandment 5, thou shalt be social. There's a reason it's called social media. It's not advertising. You're not shouting at people. It's supposed to be a two-way conversation. People are supposed to invite you to share with them. If you want to talk at somebody, buy some TV time. Put up a billboard. Put your name on the side of the bus. But if you're in social media, you have to find a way to interact, make people want to respond, want to share, want to like your page. Number 6, thou shalt be patient, but measure results. Gary Vaynerchuk, well-known person in social media, said that to a question about how to measure ROI, and social media said famously, how do you measure the ROI of your grandmother? I think the point that he was making was that social media is so ubiquitous, your customers are there, you have to be there, so why measure it? But that's really the wrong way to look at it. A more useful one is that how are you going to get better if you don't measure it? How are you going to know what impact? How are you going to know next time there's a budgeting crunch? How are you going to justify continuing your social activities? What is measured is treasured, or as Peter Drucker would say, what is measured is managed. So if you want to get better, if you want to assure continuity of effort, measure, measure, measure. Commandment 7, thou shalt not attempt to be on every platform. You can't be. There's hundreds and hundreds of social platforms. A new exciting one comes out every day. How do you choose which ones to be on? Well, where is your community or target audience? If you're going after people 60 and 70 years old, Facebook, of course. If you're going after people 15 years old, um, probably Instagram. If you're going after college students, Yik Yak, Instagram, Twitter, a variety of places. Know who you're aiming at. Also, what are you comfortable with? If you're good, if you snap lots of pictures, like doing it, can do a little editing, Instagram, Pinterest are wonderful places to be. If you're good at video and video editing and like doing that, YouTube, really, again, Instagram. If you can go short, try Vine stuff. If you like writing, blogs, Twitter. If you like podcasting, if you like doing what I'm doing right now, talking to a microphone, consider doing podcasting. That seems to be a new hot area. It's actually not a new area, but it seems to be a hot area right now. Guess what platform a former student found most useful for building a rugby community? Rugby. Real guys. What do real guys do? Guys that like to hit each other and not wear helmets. Twitter? Got some, but not a lot. The YouTube, yes, videos are great. But he really got his best traction on Pinterest. That's right, the site that has all the pictures of weddings and recipes and fashion. It's also a great place to find rugby players. Commandment number 8, thou shalt be authentic. Everybody is skeptical of you on social. They're looking for evidence that you're a bot, not a real person, that you're not who you claim to be, like the country singer that grows 6 inches every time he gets on social media. They're afraid of people that are faking it. So it's very, very important that you don't fake it, that you don't pretend to be who you're not. That's why we stressed earlier, know the voice, be authentic every time. Never disguise who you are. That's true of you as a person and for companies. Number 9, show your passion. People love passion. If you want to be bored, they can watch TV. Get on social media, show some passion. Passion gets action. Commandment 10, thou shalt be consistent with messages, principles, and tone. That ties back to authenticity. They're trying to see who isn't real. Commandment 11, thou shalt produce great targeted content. People, that's what sets you apart. Content can be a lot of different things. It can be curated stuff, helping to identify other stuff for people who are interested in the same things you are. Or it can be creating cool, original stuff that people are dying to see, but great targeted content. Again, knowing your audience, producing consistent content that audience is interested in. Commandment 12, thou shalt post content regularly. Your audience gets used to a rhythm. They can live with once a month. It's not ideal. Once a week is better. But if you sometimes post twice a week and they get used to that, and then you disappear for a couple of months, you're going to lose whatever audience you're building up. So you have to be regular in producing that content. And finally, thou shalt use good manners. There's a lot of flaming, a lot of snarkiness, a lot of negativity on social media. That makes sense for no organization. It doesn't make sense for you personally. Use manners, show you have manners, set yourself apart. Follow these 13 commandments and you are on your way to being a social media success.